Good morning, everybody. Hello, welcome. It is Sunday, the 18th of December for me. That means we are 1 week short of Christmas. How are you all feeling? I will be here next Sunday, but I've got to confirm the time, okay? Because my daughter is with her dad and she's coming back Christmas morning. So I will endeavour to be here before I go and pick her up, okay? It may be a little bit earlier so I can fit this all in because I want to talk to you and say Happy Merry Christmas to all my lovely followers. Okay, so what are we doing today? As usual, I'm doing live tarot, okay? So I've got all my cards here. I've got my lovey-dovey cards. I've got the Anahata design cards. I've got my normal tarot deck here, and I've also got my ruin stones, okay? So I'm going to call them out today. I've already got her on deck because we've already been having a chat. Her and I, if you don't know, she is not human, but she's obviously been with me my whole life. I may even go into some examples today of what she's done for me in the past. Okay, so she's on as usual. So if you do want me to answer any psychic questions for you, I am a psychic medium, okay? If you do want to ask it publicly, do a comment on the side, okay? So if you write a comment, I will answer the comment, okay? But if you do want a private answer to your question, my email has just been added as a comment. And also, if you go to the description below, I've got a link to my PayPal if you do want to support my channel. I've also got a link there to any of my books, which I'll go through today as well, because news about next week, I will be here Christmas Day next week around this time. I will be giving away free copies of all of my books. I've got 3 books out at this point. So let me just go. I've got my near-death experience, which is this huge one, okay? 369 pages of what happened when I died, okay? I've also got my Ghosts Explained book, which goes into why ghosts stay earthbound. And I've also got now Psychics Explained, which goes into all our psychic abilities, how to get them, okay? How to get them. And also some other tools in there as well, okay? So I've got 3 books at this point. I was hoping to get Spirit Guides Explained. I was really hoping to get that one finished by this week, but I've been extremely busy, okay? Last week, my daughter was home. Obviously, she's on holidays now from school. I've been busy with her because she's gone to her dad's for 2 weeks. So this week coming, I'm getting a lot of development videos done. And I'm also getting up to scratch with my Spirit Guides and Life Paths Explained. I actually put in photos of real spirit guides that I've seen. And I'm also talking about what they can do for us, why they don't intervene when we do ask them. Okay, so it explains a lot about spirit guides, okay, because I am a freak and I can see them as clear as day. So I've got a few comments here. J. Carroll, hello. Erin, hello. Vicky Lightfoot, oh, look, gosh, you're gorgeous, Vicky Lightfoot, Okay, so guys, if you do want me to answer psychic questions, I do answer them as you comment, okay? I'm not one of these people who leave you there for 15 minutes, so then you've got to keep watching my live. No, I like answering the comments as they come up because I don't expect why you are now live with me, okay? Some people have only got 5 minutes to watch my show, so they might want a quick answer done. So I've got to give those answers as soon as you ask them. So if you do want a psychic question asked today that you'd ask a psychic, I've got her on deck. She's already here. So if you do, comment, okay? Here's J. Carroll. Question. I've read of departed loved ones appearing to their loved ones in a flash or for a few seconds. If they are spirits, can they do that? Now, beautiful comment, J. Carroll, okay? Next week during my show, I'm going to be giving away a copy of Ghosts Explained. In there, I explain the difference between ghosts and spirits. Spirits are those who go to heaven after they've passed away. And if you watch someone like John Edward, okay, Long Island medium and all those other psychic mediums who see dead people, what they do in their show is that they're connecting with spirits, departed people, like you said, J. Carroll, okay, departed spirits who have gone to heaven. Now, I'm going to explain it. When they come through, it's a pop. Now, that's why they call it, oh my God, my grandmother just popped in. Excuse me. I will just have a glass of water. I talk all day nonstop. Okay, so what happens is when they pop in, sometimes they don't get time in our time to say a sentence like, can you please tell your father I'm okay? That takes a lot of time in our earth and as well as energy. So what they do when they pop, they'll show us things like the father's photo with a rose. So we see the father and a rose, which means we love that person loves the father, okay? Jenny Valance, my friend came to me before she passed and I got to see her healed. How could I see her healed and she hadn't died yet? Darling, that is possible because time does not exist. Our conscious, that we are now in our awareness of our perspective, we only see the three-dimensional world which is operated under time. And that's only from the sun, with the earth orbiting around the sun, okay? So one time around the sun is a day, right? Okay, so when we're out there in the fifth dimension, I'm going to go a little bit technical here, okay? We don't operate on time. So things can happen in what's called bilocation. Now, I'm explaining that in Psychics Explained. If you do want a copy of that book for free, okay, I'm giving away PDFs of all three of my books next week. So stay tuned to when I advertise what time I'm going to be on. On the comments below, in the description, I've got a link to my group. It's called Dr. Linda Kramer Paranormal. It's on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, please go and join that because I am going to promote in there what time I'll be here next Sunday. All right, for me, I just got on at 9 a.m. So right now you can just work out what time it is for you wherever you are on the planet. Okay, so J. Carroll, they can come in for a few seconds. I hope that explains your question. Jenny Valance, because when we're close to death, we're already in that other dimension. Oh, okay, it's weird and we've got to accept it, okay, because we're all now starting to evolve through what is called our conscious awakening, okay? Tracy Bennett, hello, Tracy. This year has been quite emotionally draining, especially the last month. Do you have a message from someone for encouragement over the next few weeks? Okay, Tracy, I am seeing your father, okay, and now I will go there, guys. I'm not a psychic. I do know that Tracy lost a male figure in her life, okay? Tracy, your father figure is around you constantly. Wow. It's almost like he's watching you even when you sweep the floors. Wow. He's always there. He's always popping in. Okay? So ask him to give you a sign that he's there. So today we might talk about what can we say to them. Okay? What can we say to them when they pop in? Okay? So, J. Carroll, so spirits can actually pop in and visible to our human eye, even if it's just a pop without saying any words. Absolutely, J. Carroll. I've been seeing ghosts and spirits since I was about 6 years old. I know the difference because ghosts, I usually see them as me sitting here in front of you on the screen right now. When a ghost is walking around my house, I see them like this. I actually have to say to some people when they come to my house, are you actually alive? It's true. I've done that many times. When a group of people come to my house, because I used to have a meetup group. So some nights 8 strangers used to just turn up at my house. And I'd actually have to say to them, are you alive? Because no one's really paying attention to you. and they'd say, oh, yeah, I'm alive. Yeah, so ghosts, I see them as clear as day. I also see them as a mist, and I also see them as a see-through transparent apparition. I explain all this in my Ghost Explain book. I have photos that I've personally caught, so I know these are real photos. So I've got them in that book, and I'll be giving that book away next week for free as a PDF next Sunday. Okay, so so spirits can actually pop in. So how do I see a spirit? They're not like sitting here. When a spirit pops in, it's very quick. It's a pop. So they pop in and then they pop out. Okay? So if you go to John Edward and you look at his videos, you know how we used to have that crossing over video show? Yeah? When he gets a little pop of someone coming through, he says, I've got someone here. The name is Julie, Jenny, Joni, Julie, Jenny, Jenny, 2 syllables. Because when they pop in, they don't get time to say their name like, my name is Samantha. So all they say is Samantha. But because it's a pop, excuse me, we may only hear, Liz, I have got a raspy voice this morning, we may only hear sa, So we hear that it's 3 syllables, sa, but we don't hear the other 2 syllables, or we get sa. So we think, okay, quickly in a split spirit, I'm looking for someone. It could be Samantha, Sanali. It could be Sabah, whatever. Okay, all right. So the most common girl's name 20 years ago used to be the J with the 2 syllables. Okay, and I'm just telling you, this is how a lot of psychic mediums pretend. So 20 years ago, there was too many Julie, Joni, Genies. Okay, we all know the Jenny, right, from the 80s. Jenny, Julie, Joni, right? So that comes through as a pop, and you hear the jet. Is that Julie? Is it Joni? So that's what John Edward does say in his show quite a lot. I've got someone here. They're telling me their name is Julie, Jenny, 2 syllables. Who's got the J name? So that's how he operates. Now, the other thing I've got to say to you clearly is very, very serious. Not all spirits come through. Okay? When you look at John Edward, he could have 300 people in his audience and only 5 will get someone who's coming through. So it's not like the other 295 haven't come to see their deceased relatives. Everybody has come to connect with their dead relatives, right? So why do only 5 come through out of like 300? Because it takes an enormous amount of energy, and also it's due to energetic connection. Okay? So that's why in the first 6 months after someone's passed over, you've got a very high chance of them popping in to see you. But then as time goes on, we lose that connection to them, okay? So in order to keep that going, I say to people, keep something associated to that person who died. It could be a ring, a piece of their hair, because that'll never lose their energy. So then you've got that energetic connection. Now, I usually say with jewelry, like rings, if you keep it, don't wear it. Because as soon as you put it on your finger, your energy is now taking over their energy, so it's lost. And that's why we do not hear from our departed loved ones after like a year or 2 after they've passed over. Okay? It's nothing to do with us. It's not like they're saying, oh, I don't want to go and see her anymore. They'll never say that. Okay? It's just that they've lost that connection. Okay? All right. James Cole, hello. Hello, James. Okay, so Jay Carroll, I hope that explains, okay? Electric stuff in games. Okay, Glenn Garden here. My mum's sister husband is fighting radiation therapy. How long does he have to live? Oh, Glenn, I'm going to be honest. When I see future events, I always be very tactful with my answer. Because one, it could interfere with our own life path, okay, and our life contracts. I'm explaining all about life paths and life contracts in my new video, in my new book coming out in a few weeks, Spirit Guides and Life Paths Explained, okay? If you don't know me, I see spirit guides, okay? Wow. All right, so Glenn, I'd actually like you to email me. My email is both in the description below, linda@lindaray.info, and I've also got it as the top comment. So if you email me, we can have a private chat, okay? Because there's some things I just don't talk about publicly with other people, okay? All right, so I hope that explains there to you, Glenn, okay? Erin, not talking, just a whisper. Yeah, Erin, I think we're just still talking about spirits, of course, okay? You may just hear Linda, and you, who said that? Who said that? Okay, I get that every day. I'll be out watching TV, and I'll hear Linda. Oh, I'm here alone. Who's that? Who's here? Hello. Who wants to come through and talk to me today? It's true, okay? So, yes, they can say our name. If they know us, they know our name, okay? So that's how they get our attention. So you got to look at these little signs that they give us. So what other signs can there be? I've been sitting here before doing a video, and I've sworn a feather from my ceiling. Now, I'm in a room. You can see I'm in a room, right? I'm not out in the open. But a feather will just come down. And I think, where did that come from? I've got a ceiling above my head. There's no birds in this room. I don't own a bird, so there's no birds in my house. So how did a feather miraculously just come down through the roof and float down right in front of me? They're a sign. That's a sign. Okay? Here's a sign. Feathers. So whenever I get a feather, I always love them. Okay? I always love my feathers because I've got thousands of feathers in my house because I get feathers as messages, right? And a lot of them are white. Okay? So you got to look at, what does a white feather mean spiritually? Do a Google. Find this out for yourselves. Don't rely on someone like myself telling you this stuff, because that's how you then start to learn your own innate or natural abilities, okay? All right. TTQT Pie. Huh? I'm going to just call you Cutie Pie, okay? Any message from one of my 3 spirit guides? Tender Mama, Blue Eyes, or Impish Sprite? Okay, now I only talk to spirit guides privately, never publicly. These are very highly respected and revered entities that are specifically for you, Cutie Pie, okay? I don't believe anyone else needs to know any messages that I say to you personally. So if you do want to contact me, my email is below and it's also in the comments, okay? And just so you know, I'm going to contact it again here now. Okay, so here I go. Linda@LindaRay. Please spell it right, Linda. Okay? How can you misspell your name? All right, so there's my email address. So if you do want a private message, please contact me privately. Anyone who's contacted me before knows I do not spam you. I do not collect email addresses. Okay, I don't spam people with junk mail ever. So please contact me, okay? I may sometimes just throw in my PayPal link and say, hey, if this has helped you at all, please donate. But that's only if you decide, okay? All right, so Bruno, hello. Okay, so guys, have I answered enough questions for a little while? Can I do some tarot? Yay! All right, hello, gorgeous girl. Now, she's on deck, okay? I have spoken to her, and I like saying, just in case I've got new ones here today. All right, in my book, When I Died, in 2001 I died, 14 minutes clinically dead, I wrote a book about it because I went to heaven for 5 years, hence my book is called 5 Years in Heaven. It became very, very apparent that I've got this woman with me. Is she a spirit guide? Is she a guardian angel? Is she an archangel? Is she an elf? Is she a fairy? I don't know because I don't ask, because to me it's irrelevant. As long as she's helping me, she always gives me the right information. She's always helping my higher good. Why would I even want to know who she is, right? But I have seen her. She has appeared one day in the pool, at the public pool. Here is a photo when she appeared at the public pool. There was no water in the pool. You can see the buoys, the buoys that they have floating on the lanes. There was no water around it, and she had all this light emitting out of her. So it was about 2 weeks after that I started seeing spirit guides. So I'm going to put it out there. I am doing a Christmas special. I love it. Okay. All right. There is a payment, obviously, because it's energy transfer, but I'm going to discount it. My usual rate is $125 Australian dollars. So if you do want a reading by me, it's now 50 Australian dollars. So my PayPal link is below. If you do want me to connect with your spirit guide, if you want me to try and connect with your loved one, but just remember, only about 5 in 300 come through, okay? If you just want to talk to me about what happens when we die and all that sort of stuff, because a lot of people do just want that information, you're welcome. If you just want guidance about where is your life going, am I going to change my job, will I get another job in the new year, I can certainly help you with all those because, hello, I am a psychic. And right now, here comes my PayPal link. If you do want to get a reading, it's only available for the next week. You've got to pay during the next week. So I am pretty full. No, I'm not. Next week, I'm actually pretty clear. So if you do want a reading, yeah, I'm only busy Monday and Wednesday at this point. So if you do want some readings, there's my PayPal link, okay? If you do want to go and buy my books, if you think, well, I know she's going to give them away, but I want to help her support her by paying for her books, here's the link to my books. Okay, so I've got 3 books out there. Let me go into that, and then I'm doing some tarot, okay? So my first book that I ever wrote was 5 Years in Heaven, The Teachings of Heaven. This is what happened when I died. I went to heaven. Yes, there are pictures in here, okay? I did do my life review. A lot of people ask, what is your life review? So I've actually got that picture. That is the front cover where I was in front of these 3 energy blobs, and that was the box of all my memories, okay? I talk about when I saw my great-great-great-great-grandmother who was alive in the 1820s. She told me a lot of my future things as well as all the prophecies that I've now been telling everyone about the next 2 years. The next 2 years are not good, by the way. So we're going to keep our vibration high, okay? Okay. If you do want a copy of that prophecy about what happens in the next 2 years, email me. My email is in the comments and below in the description. All right. So the first book I've got, that one. Next book I've got is Ghosts Explained. The psychology behind why ghosts stay earthbound. I give examples of real ghost stories. I've got real ghost photos in there. So I show you a photo of what a mist looks like, a transparent apparition. I show you what a real orb photo looks like. And I've also got the guy who I caught at Toowong Cemetery. You can see nose hair in his nose, in his nostrils. That's how vivid you can see this ghost photo. So I explain why they stay earthbound. That's ghosts. Psychics Explained is all our psychic abilities using science, not psychology. So I go into all the scientific theories like bilocation, string theory, okay? I talk about quantum mechanics. I talk about cognitive distortions. Well, that's in the other psychological book about ghosts. But I go into all these theories that could prove why we go to heaven, okay? I also talk about our VMAT2 gene. If you've seen a certain video about a certain Gil Bates back in 2005, where he wants to get rid of our God gene, okay? If you want that video, please contact me and ask me for it. Can you please send me the Gil Bates video? Okay, remember I reversed the initial so we don't get caught up in algorithms. Okay, so he actually said he was talking about a Miley Cyrus with a capital V, if you know what I'm talking about. This is back in 2005, okay? Alrighty, so The psychics explained, it shows you how to be a psychic, what all the abilities are, how I've actually used them. So precognition, I give you examples of what happened with me. Mediumship, what happens when a spirit comes through. I talk about psychometry, when we touch an item and we get imprints of it. So I talk about all those, and then I talk about how to get them. I've also got common questions in there, what we can and can't do, how to get our psychic abilities, how to get rid of them if we don't like them. Okay? Alrighty, so let's get into some tarot. Alrighty. So the first one I'm going to do today is my little lovey-dovey cat. Oh, what? Should have said no. She said, don't do that. She wants this one first. Okay. Okay. I just follow what she says, right? So here's my tarot cards. So as I shuffle, I'm just going to connect. Thank you so much. Now, what I'm looking for today is a card, please, that represents what all the people watching me, it's a message that we all need to hear for the next week. So as I shuffle and I get a card, I want to talk about fear. Fear. Have you noticed that there's a lot of people out there now who are scared? I'm not going to go into any sort of conspiracy theories today, guys, okay? I'm going to keep this spiritual, okay? But I want to talk about what is fear. Fear is an uncertainty of what's going on around us. It could be fear of the past re-emerging and attacking our future. It could be the fear of not knowing where we're going to be in 2 years. It could be our fear of we don't know somebody as well as we thought. So what a fear actually is, I'm not going to take that because it didn't pop out, but what a fear is, it's actually a representation of our insecurities. So insecurities is actually a very, very low vibrational state. When we're insecure, oh, now there's the card. Got it. When we're insecure, that's when we get jealous. I just looked at it. We get very jealous. I'm going to do this one now. I'm just going to keep talking about fear while I get all my cards today, guys, okay? So now I'm going to shuffle this one card that we all need. Okay. We get jealousies. That's when we start getting offended. That's when we start getting expectations. We accuse people, okay? So when we're insecure, could be financially insecure, could be emotionally. I don't know if you saw that, but I got my card. It could be a financial insecurity. It could be an emotional insecurity. It could be a physical insecurity of not knowing what's going to happen. You might be thinking, oh my God, I'm going to lose my house. Look at rents and prices of houses. They're going up everywhere, right? So when we fear, it's only based on a limited belief. What is a limited belief? It's when something happens to us and we expect that it happens to everybody. You know, I talk about when you go to the beach for the first time, you got this excitement. Going to the beach, I'm going to the beach, I'm going to get burnt, I'm going to go in the water. Imagine that you go to the beach that first day and you get stung by a jellyfish. And then you never want to go back to the water. You say, oh, no, I'm never going back to the water because every time I go to the water, I get bitten. That's called a limited belief because we're believing what will happen on something that just happened to us. So how do we attack a limited belief? Is when we say to ourselves, you know what? We know that you got bitten by a stingray or whatever it was when you went to the beach. But does it really happen every time someone goes to the beach? No? So we can dismiss that as a limited belief, okay? So with fear, it's a limited belief of what's going on. And when we say to ourselves, is there something really to be scared here about? You think, but, you don't know my life. Oh, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. My car just blew up. I'm getting evicted, this, that. That's where we've got to turn around and say to ourselves, what are we doing to ourselves on our inner cognitive level, right? Inner cognitive level. Love those words. I'm actually going to write that down. Inner cognitive level. So what happens is when we're on this level inside our subconscious, right? Okay, Karen Doyle, thank you so much for being here, darling girl. Okay, when we're on this inner cognitive level, we're creating all this stuff that we actually don't know in our awareness, okay? We don't know what we're creating. So if we're always in the back of our head, because that's where we're operating on our inner cognitive level, right? The back of our head thoughts. Our back of the head, I'm just going to write that down too, back of our head. Sorry, I've got to make notes because some of this stuff I write down is good, okay? So when we're having all those back of our mind thoughts, right, we're creating all this stuff. We're manifesting stuff that's going to happen in the next week, 2 hours, year, 5 years, I don't know. But we're manifesting it. So what we've got to do is shut down all those cognitive thoughts that are not in our higher good, okay? So I'm actually going to be starting a new book. It's called Consciousness Explained. Why do you think I'm taking notes? So I can talk about all this stuff in this book, how to make the law of attraction really work. Because if you've read the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, she had 3 rules and there's actually 4. She left out the 4th one because it's a doozy. And look at what she did there. She sold 100 million copies. So even if she made $1 a book, she made herself a nice little packet of money, right? I'm not doing it for the fame and glory. I just want you guys to use this formulation correctly so we all prosper and have great lives, because that's my gift to humanity. Everyone says, I want world peace. I want everyone to be their full potential and to live comfortably without fear, okay? That's why I do what I do. Okay, I'm now going to get a Anahata card. Thank you for making me want to delay. So, fears. If something doesn't feel right, you think, oh my God, I'm scared. Say to yourself, is this always going to be a thing? No. Look at 2 years ago when everybody had to start wearing masks. Where are the masks now? Why were we fearful? We're still okay, right? Most of us. Okay? So that's where we start thinking about I am healthy, I am fit, I am strong, I am rich, I'm famous, I am skinny, I am young, I am whatever you want to be. I am employed. I am doing my best to help humanity. Oh, I am kind, I am generous, I am forgiving. Wow, what a big one that one is for today. Okay? So we start with the I ams. That person who went to the beach and they got stung by the stingray or jellyfish, whatever. I am able to go to the beach and I'm not going to be scared. I am not scared anymore. So we can do the I ams and the I am not. I am not scared. Okay? I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. Vicky Light, how beautiful is that one? So how many times a day do you repeat it? So I say to people all the time, get yourself a little Post-it note packet, right? Post-it notes, and all you put on there is I am. I've got mine here. Where is he? Because I always use him. Oh, God, I've gone and lost him. Oh, my God, I've gone and lost him. All right? We keep the I ams around, and you Post-it note everywhere. Put it on your fridge. Put one on your car. Put one on the back door of your toilet. I am. Because then you've got to fill in the blank. What am I today? I am healthy. I am fit. I am strong. I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. Thank you, Vicky Light. Okay? So the more we say this to ourselves, the more fear, because it's a lower vibrational state, it can't survive when we're raising our vibrations up. Okay? Ooh, funny that, isn't it? So fear. I just wanted to talk to you about fear. Okay? Don't fall for it. There's nothing to fear. We made a life contract before we were born. If life is supposed to be living in poverty and we signed up for that, how cool is it when we pass over, we go back to our soul level in heaven? Hello, because I've been there, right? We go back to our soul level and we say to ourselves, wow, how cool is it that I just stayed in that life and look at all the lessons I learned to living in poverty? So now I can next time I am going to be rich, so I can do that flip side of learning more lessons on the flip side of it. Okay? So don't worry about what happens in our lives. Everything always happens for a reason. So that's number 2. I am is our first one that I want to talk about. Second one is everything always happens for a reason. Think of something that really bad happened in your life. I'll just say I broke up with my first husband. Oh my God, if I had not broken up with him when I did, I would never have gone to America and I would never have had this experience. So thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you to you for looking after me, because I was okay. I'm still here. I've got my battle scars. Look at all my scars where I was in a coma, right? I've died. But at the end of the day, I'm still here now and I'm still talking about what I talk about. So thank you so much for looking after me, because everything always does work out for me. So everything always works out. Everything happens for a reason. Everything always works out the way it should. Okay? And it's only 2 years after an event, and you look back at it and you think, wow, thank God that turned out the way it did. I don't know how I would have survived. My daughter's driving now, and the other day we went past this house. I've got my card. Okay. I went past this house and a friend of mine was going to rent it. About 2-3 years ago, she was going to rent it. Look at her life now, where she is, and thank God she didn't get that house, because then she would have been stuck in that location with somebody living with her who isn't going so well at this point. And it's only, I said to her the other day, I said, isn't it funny how life turned out? Imagine if you'd gotten that house. She said, oh yeah, because she was pretty adamant she wanted that house back then. And now look at her life now. Really gone 10,000 times better than what she thought it would. Okay? So we can never judge why things happen. It's only when we look back in perspective, we think, oh my God, wow, that really did all happen for a reason. Okay? Now, if you do have a psychic question for me, I am a psychic. I'm doing live readings today. Okay, please answer them for me, and I'm going to start doing all my cards. Okay? I've got my 3 cards now. Okay. So the first one, oh my God. Let me find this card. I'm not going to believe the first card I got. I've had it before. Oh my God, it is number 15 in the Major Arcana. Now, how good are you with your tarot, guys? Do you know what 15 is in the Major Arcana? It's the Devil card. Alrighty, let's go there. I've got him in the book. It's the Devil card, so let's put him up. There he is. You can see it's the same one. Oh my gosh. Okay, the Devil. Let's go there. Okay, Tracy, I'll just, before I do my tarot, I'm not going to answer any questions while I do my tarot, so I'm going to do Tracy right now, okay? How or when do we know we are on the right path? Easy. And it's in my book, Spirit Guides and Life Paths Explained, Tracy. But in a nutshell, if we're not connecting to them, there's no need to. If they're not coming in and saying, hey, go down that road, it means we're already on the right path, okay? They only interfere when they need to change our direction to get us back onto the path. Does that make sense? So I actually have been writing my book, and I say, think of it about somebody learning to ride a bike. You know when you're riding a bike and you've got this kid riding a bike, right? And the adults at the back holding onto the trainer wheels, right? So the kid's on the front, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And there's his dad at the back, you've got this, you've got this. That's our spirit guide. The dad at the back, that's our spirit guide. He's hanging on to us, making us go on this path. And as we go on that path, he lets go and watches from afar to make sure that we're not going to hurt ourselves, okay? If we fall over, like going off our path, that's when that parent comes back to pick us up on our bike and they get us back on right. That's what our spirit guide does, okay? So they only come when they're needed to keep us on the path. Now, if you want me to see your spirit guides, I do it. I've seen hundreds of them now. I like drawing my spirit guides. And I'm putting some of these drawings in my books, okay? So if you want me to see your spirit guide, we can do it via Zoom or Skype, okay? Don't worry about where you live on the planet because they come here into my room, okay? This office, they turn up here next to my desk, all right? I've leprechaun turned up. I've had a pterodactyl, 60-foot pterodactyl in my backyard turned up. I've had ancient monks, Hindu monks. I've had 12th century Russian women turn up as spirit guides. I've had rats, bears, possums, okay? We can't judge what our spirit guides are, okay? So if you want me to do a spirit guide reading for you where I connect, I tell you what they are, I draw you a picture, and I give you some information about what they are, please contact me. I don't do it for free, guys. You've got to donate. It's $50 Australian at this point, down from $125. So it's less than half price if you want me to see a spirit guide, okay? For that, I'll send you a 45-minute Zoom invite. We can talk for 45 minutes and I'll connect with your spirit guide because they do love coming through. Oh, my God, it's just so amazing. Okay, I'm not going to take any more calls for the next answers for the next couple of minutes because I want to talk about the devil and the other two cards that I've got. Okay, let's go there with today's reading, guys. Okay. Number 15 in the major arcana, we have the devil. Okay. Some people get scared of this guy. Now, why do you think I'm talking about fears today? Isn't that funny? I got told, talk about fears this morning and how it's insecurities and how we've got to get over those insecurities and be strong within ourselves. We've got to connect more with our higher self and say to ourselves, you know what, I don't have a fear because I'm the one in control. We only fear when someone else is controlling us. Or another like government body is trying to control us. So look how many people have been in fear. And who creates a lot of the fear? You guessed it. So isn't it funny that he's come knocking today? Okay. The devil's presence quite often appears when a situation is dragging you down and you feel helpless to change it. Fear. It can show in the form of enslavement. Fear. Whether to an ideal or an addiction or even a manipulative or controlling relationship. Fear. I love it when my cards represent what I'm talking about before I even pull the card out, okay? That means that my messages are right on board, okay? Overindulgence tends to result in upset, greed, or lust that can become self-destructive. Overspending is a typical example. However, the important message is that if it is self-enslavement, okay, self-enslavement, by taking control, oh my God, of this behavior, we are released from it and are free to walk away. That is what I am talking about here, guys. When we fear something and we're insecure about something, we are slaves to that other entity's energy that's enslaving us, okay? So let's just go there. I was talking to a lady this week. She lives in New York City. She says, oh, my God, I can't afford my rent because of COVID, because of this, because of that, and blah, 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 blah. All these things are stockpiled. She said, I'm 4 months behind in my rent, okay? What do I do? I said, darling, stop fearing what's going to happen. Take control yourself and say clearly that you're not going to tolerate this anymore. You're the one in charge of what we create in those inner cognitive thoughts that I was talking about before. All right? Oh my God, how gorgeous is it? It's all connecting today, guys. Okay? So I am going to do a video probably tomorrow some point, okay? And it's going to be called How to Attack the Energies Attacking Us, okay? How to deal with portals, how to deal with people, energy vampires. Hello, look how many of those are walking around now. How to deal with people who are being offended and judging us, okay? They're attacking us, so how do we attack them back? It's a great video. It's a development video, how to take our own authority. I'm going to try and do that I can't do it today. I'll probably do it tomorrow, okay, because today is really busy for me. So the devil card, guys, think about what you're creating in your mind, because this is our perspective. This is our awareness, right? This is our cognitive thoughts. Think about what you're doing to create all this chaos. Now, remember, last week's message was chaos. So if you haven't watched last week's live, go watch that, because that was a doozy where I was talking about how to get rid of the chaos that's being presented to us all. So my lovey-dovey card, let's get back into a good vibration here. I love these cards with the little love dove. Love would do small acts of kindness. Now, I don't know if I shared it on Facebook this morning, but I watched this thing just this morning, 45 memes of people who just had good things happen to them. I went into a shop. I couldn't afford a coffee, so I was just looking at the small one, and the guy behind me upgraded me to get the large one. He just wanted me to have a good day. Those sort of acts of kindness. One lady said that she was getting evicted, so she went down to the charity shop. She was in the queue there, didn't talk to anybody. And this lady just walked up to her and said, "You look like you need some money. Here's $100. Wow. How nice. Does it always have to be about money, guys? No. Okay. I've got these two guys down the street from me. They're probably in their 60s. They're highly mentally incapacitated. They have full-time carers there, 24/7 carers. You know, they're very, very handicapped, these guys, intellectual handicapped. I always take them down Christmas presents on Christmas Day. Why? Why do I give them something? They're just as important as me. They're still humans. Oh, my God, I want to cry. Because I love Ray and Max is their name, Raymond and Maxwell. They're gorgeous, man. They sit out at the front door because they can't leave their house, right? Because they've got carers and stuff there. And as I walk past, I say, "Hey, Raymond, how are you? Give me a hug." I'm sure I make their day. Did that cost me any money to do that? No. So think about something nice. Think about that thought. What can I do today? So I'm creating that inner cognitive thought process in the back of my head where I'm now raising up my vibration and I'm going to start looking after other people. Okay, so love would do small acts of kindness. Now remember, the devil, because we've got to put all these cards together, right? When we've got the devil, and the devil's saying to us, "Fear, you're insecure. Let's create all this chaos in your life." How do we attack that? We don't attack it back with the same vibration. We attack it back with love and kindness. So if you are feeling insecure, if you're feeling doubtful about what's going to happen in your life in the next 3 weeks or 3 months, go out and do something nice for somebody else. Create that energetic frequency that you want to bring into your life. Okay? Start with little acts of kindness. Open a door for someone, a random person. When you're in the grocery store, comment on somebody's shoes. You say, "Wow, those shoes look really comfy." You know, I've got this manager down at my local grocery store. He's got really long dreadlocks. His name's Aaron. Every time I see him, I say, "Aaron, I love your hair, man." So I saw him just the other day when I took Tashi down to do groceries before she went to her dad's. And I saw him. And I said, "Mate, can I have a hug?" I was thinking, you know, this is a guy who's married. He's got about like 5 kids. But I asked him if I could have a hug. And he went, "Yeah, it's Christmas, have a hug." So I held this guy and I'm like looking at all his dreadlocks and I'm like, oh, And I'm creating this great energy. And as he stood away from me, I said, mate, I really hope that you and your family have a great year. You know, you deserve it for what you do. And he just went, oh, thanks. And he got all coy and walked away. But be humanized. Get back to being humanized. That's what I'm talking about, okay? So let's go now over to Louise Benton. I love you, Louise. Here's her cards. It's the Anahata Designs, okay, by Louise Benton. Here's her site. I didn't put your link in the bottom, but I will put it down there below as a comment. Anahata Creations. I'll just put it in now if anybody does want to go and buy her cards, because I love what she does. ANAHATA Creations with an s.com.au. Anahata Creations. There you go. So you've got it now. So here's her card, Anahata Creations. If you want to pause the screen, let's go and have a look at this card, Divine Femininity. Oh my God. Erin, this is profound for me today. Thank you. Today I was told I hold on to too much fear and not speaking up. Today I decided that was not going to end. Amazing. I always say it, Erin. Give me cards, give me messages for people who watch my shows. This is never about me, okay? This is never about what I want. It's always about what they want me to tell other people, okay? So let's go into Divine Feminine. And I'm just going to pause that there. If you want to pause your screen for a minute so you can have a little read. Okay. Sacred midwife, lover divine, wisdom in her soul enshrined. Embodying the earth's ancient desire, holder of passion's primordial fire, pillar of light from earth to source, expression of creation's potent life force. I'm just going to pause there. Potent life force is our energy field. Do you want to be down here in the fear zone, insecure, holding on to grudges, being offended, judging other people, sarcastic types, blaming everybody else for what's going on in your life? Or do you want to come up to our level and say, you know what, I'm now going to be kind, I'm going to be loving, I'm not going to judge anyone, I'm going to send everybody love and light of the universal energies. I'm going to talk to my gods, I'm going to talk to my angels, and I'm most of all going to talk to my spirit guide and say, please put me into the opportunities where I learn my life lessons. Oh, see how much I'm raising up right now. Back to the card, we read humility, grace, and dignity. Loving unconditionally. Lighting the pathway of emancipation to end all suffering and degradation. Okay, so what does this mean? It means be that light source where you're burning that torch so others see how great it is to be walking the path of someone who's doing great work for them. The more we raise up our vibration, and believe me, they're trying to pull us down, right? We all know who they are. They're trying to pull us down, right? So the more we raise up our vibration and the more we say, you know what, I don't care what you do. You can do whatever you like because I'm going to create this energy around me that's, beautiful, light-loving energy of the world. You can't affect me because I'm up here. You're down here and your energy just goes straight through me. It goes straight through me because I don't feel it, because it's not on my level to attach. Okay? I'm going to be honest, guys. I've got a family member right now who's giving me some grief, or she's trying to give me some grief. She's not affecting me at all. You know why? Because she's down here. She's very spiteful, this person. And I'm up here. So I accept her for who she is, and I'm very grateful for her situation in her life. But at the end of the day, she's always compared herself to me. So she's got this jealousy that she has never healed. 60 years, and she's never looked within herself and said, wow, Linda can do what she likes, as I've done to her. Okay? So, Jay Carroll, I just heard your house guest in the background. That's my crows. I feed the crows. Now, what I've got beautiful cockatoo parrots, the big white parrots. I've also got the little green they're called lorikeets, the green parrots. I've got a lot of other beautiful. I've also got the kingfishers here now. They do this toot 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 toot, so I know when they're around. I've got some beautiful birds around, but why do I feed the crows? They're still deserving life forms as well. So yes, I've got a bucket of water out the back for them. I give them cat biscuits because I love cat biscuits. Crazy. All right, so that's the carrot crows that you're going to eat because they want food. They're saying, Linda, food time. Okay, shut up, I'm live. Okay, all right, let's get back to this card. Waiting for the tides to turn. Be patient, guys, okay? For destiny to unfold and karma burn. How often does karma come in? It sometimes can be instant, right? Sometimes it waits a couple of months. Other times it'll wait a year or two. Other times it could be 20 years later. Sometimes it's in another lifetime. But we're not to judge when karma rebalances out the energy that people cause. So think about the karma that you're creating, okay? And then think about the karma other people are creating. You have got no interest or concern in what they generate. When I did my life review, which is hello karma at its best, we evaluate all our own actions. We then heal all the pains, hurts, grudges, etc. that we've had. Okay, and it's tenfold. We don't look at what other people did to us. It's only our own cognitive thoughts that are manifested into our actions that we heal. Okay? I can't stress that enough. So all these other people out there hurting you, that's on them to heal what they're doing to you. If other people burn you, it's on them because they will have to answer. There's no way around getting out of that. Why do you think there's a lot of people now? I'm just going to throw this out as a theory. Why do you think there are a lot of people out there right now, you know, the top of the pyramid types? Why do you think they want immortality? Because they've now realized this happens if we die. They know what they've done. It's not for me to judge. It's for them to judge themselves what they've done. And they're trying to escape it by staying immortal. Do you think it's going to work? Ain't going to work. Okay, so waiting for the tides to turn, for destiny to unfold and karma burn. Karma always comes back, okay? Holding space for this to pass, our portal to Gaia's mystic heart. I am a pillar of light from earth to source. So, guys, the cards today, how amazing. You know, I love when I get cards that represent the messages I've been getting. The message that I've had since last night was, don't fear things. They're trying to say now the 4th or the 5th or the 6th, 17th wave is now coming. Here in Australia, they're saying by Christmas we're going to have this other wave. Don't fear it, pardon me. Don't go into their energetic level. Because at the end of the day, they are the only ones who have to answer what they are creating. The only thing that we have to answer for as an individual is what we ourselves create that ripples out onto others. So the more we do these random acts of kindness, can I just staple that to my forehead today to walk around and say, are you doing your random acts of kindness? Are you doing your random acts of kindness? You know, I won't be a celebrity head today. Are you doing your random acts of kindness? I'll tell you what I did do yesterday. Went up to my local shops, and there was a guy right near the front door of the local shops. He had a big trailer on the back of his car, and he took up 4 car bays. But actually, he took up 3. So there was one where my little red car, thank God I've got a little red car, I could just squeeze straight into this like 3rd bay where he had the trailer at the back taking up 3 car bays. And there's all these cars trying to get in where his trailer was, right? So I got out of the car and he's there. And I said, oh, mate, you're really causing some grief because you're taking up 4 car bays, right? And he said, oh, stuff you, hey, you, whatever. If they've got an issue, they could go up the back to where there's like 40 car parks, but there's 40 car parks up the back. I turned to him and I went, breathe, Linda. So I paused so I could react. Take that back. I didn't react. I responded. And I said, how considerate are you? If you know that there's 40 car parks up the back and you've got a trailer that's going to take up 4 car parks, wouldn't it have been so considerate of you to go up to the back to allow 4 people to park closer to the door who may need it because they've got sore feet or sore legs? And then I just walked away. And I came back and I said, I'm going to take a photo of your car, which I did. I said, I'm just going to do this just in case you damage my car as you're driving out. And he looked at me again. He said, oh, like this. I said, no, this is on you. This is on you. You've created this. You could have, you know there's 43 car parks up the back. So you could have taken your bigger truck and your trailer up the back and been courteous. You could have been considerate and kind to 4 other people to let them park right here near the front door. But you are conceited. And I walked away. And as I was walking away, I thought, could have dealt with that a bit better. But at the end of the day, I don't have to be better. I've just got to just do the best that I can in any given situation, right? But at least he would have driven away thinking, wonder if she's right. I should have parked up the back to stop all that interaction. Because who created it? He did. I was just merely a reaction to his action, right? But I brought in the truth and I made him aware of how he could have acted if he was more generous and kind. So before you do anything in life, think about, is this going to hurt other people? Is it going to inconvenience other people? Is my action today going to bring out good in others, or am I going to hurt people? Because I'll tell you, I only spoke to that guy because a lady parked up the back and she did get out with a walking stick. She could have had one of those 4 car parks. I actually have got a sore foot at this point, which I don't want to talk about. So I'm limping at this point too. So that's one reason why I wanted to park near the front door. But he didn't need to know I was injured because I didn't need to give him that. I didn't need to give him anything less than the truth of what he was creating. And I like that she agrees that I'm an instigator for the truth. Big words, eh? Okay, so guys, I am going to get off here shortly. If you do want something, hi Linda, Merry Christmas, happy to see you live. Susan, thank you so much for being here. I am going to be here next week, Sunday, Christmas Day for Brisbane, Australia, okay? It's going to be Saturday night in the US, okay? I've got to go get Tashi, my 16-year-old. She's probably going to drive home because she's got a learners now. I don't know what time I'm going to be here, but I started at 9 o'clock, so work it out. It's now 10:05. So I'm probably going to be here at 8. So whatever time it is now for you guys, go back 2 hours and I'll be here that time next weekend, okay? Saturday or Sunday for you. Good for you saying something. Karen Doyle, yeah. And seriously, I worked with the police for 10 years. I was a first aid trainer. I stood up. The biggest first aid course I ever did was in front of 3,000 people. And the guy came over and said, do you want a microphone? And I said, nah, those people up the back of the auditorium are going to hear me today. My voice carries when I have to do it. You don't want to see me go Hulk, okay, because people do get scared of my voice. You wonder why it's always raspy. Anyway, but off that, I have no hesitation in educating people on how to be better people. Okay? Please hang around. If you haven't subscribed today, please subscribe to my channel. Go through my playlists. If you do want copies of my books, I will be giving away PDFs for free next weekend. Yes! Christmas presents! Oh, okay. If you want a reading, if you want to connect with your spirit guide, please email me. My email has been written. It's in the description below. It's $50 Australian to connect with your spirit guide or to have a psychic reading. That's more than half price, guys. Okay. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm doing those deals at this point. Watch me next weekend to get copies of my books. It is only going to be while I'm live. So you must watch live to get a copy of my books. If for some reason you're in a UK time zone where it's 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever, please email me and just say, hey, I'm on a different time zone to when you're on. I'd like a copy. Of course you're going to get a copy, okay? I don't discriminate for location. It's only geography at the end of the day. So, guys, my message for this next week is to look within yourselves. Look at what we are creating in those inner cognitive thoughts. You know, the thoughts in the back of our head. Susan, 6 o'clock Saturday with a question mark. I don't know what time it is for you right now, but it's 10 a.m. for me right now. It's 6 past 10 a.m. right now for me. So I'll be here at 8 a.m. next Sunday. Okay? So it's 2 hours right now before now. Okay? Okay? All right. So, yeah, whatever time it is now for you, Susan, go back 2 hours. And I'll be here next Sunday morning for me. So that'll be Saturday afternoon for you guys. Okay? So I will promote that later. So I'm just saying right here, I'm just making notes. Sunday, 8 a.m. next week, because then I get Tashi. It's Christmas Day for us. So obviously I'm going to be doing a live on Christmas Day before I go and get her. Okay? Yay! And I'm going to give away some presents. Okay. So if you do want a reading, please contact me. My email is there. If you want copies of my books and you think, well, stuff this, it takes a lot of time and effort, please go and buy my books. They're on Lulu. Okay. The link is in the description below if you want my books. If you want to join my Dr. Linda Kramer Paranormal group on Facebook, please go to the link in the description. Please say yes to the question so you get approved by my lovely admins, Anna and Melinda. Thank you so much, girls, for doing the jobs that you do. You know, I love spreading love at this time of the year. So next Saturday, it will be a special. I don't know if I'll do tarot for the week, but I'm absolutely going to be doing some personal development in how to get through all this weirdness, okay? Some tools and tricks. You know, some of these courses that I promote, if you go and pay for it, they're like $1,000, you know? So next week I'll think of some really cool development where you get it for free. If you wish to support my channel, I'm going to do it again, guys, because this stuff does, me having this channel, etc., it does cost money. So here it is. Lastly, last comment that I'm going to post today. That's my PayPal link. If you do wish to support my channel, if you want to buy a reading, if you want to buy my books, it's a good time of year. And remember, off the track, think about what the devil is meaning to you this week, bringing in all the doubts, insecurities, etc. Go out there and counteract it. Attack it back with kindness, okay? Be that light of kindness. And remember that we are all divine sovereign beings, okay? Nothing can ever diminish our... Karen Doyle at Alex F. Thank you so much for commenting that. I know what that meant. Okay? Thank you. I know what that meant. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to get off here because I've actually got a lady coming to my house for a reading at 11. So that's at 11 o'clock. That's less than an hour. And I've also got another reading this afternoon. So I do want to cut this one short. Remember next Sunday. It's going to be a good one. Personal development and free books to people who watch me live. Stay tuned. It's going to be a doozy. Stay tuned also because this week I'm going to get out some development courses Okay, in the next week, Tashi comes back next Sunday. So this week I'm going to get some development courses out there. So yes, stay tuned to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't, because I'm going to do some personal development courses: how to ground, how to do protection, how to close portals. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a cool couple of videos coming out in the next few days. Okay, so please stay tuned for those. So if you do want to support my channel, please go to PayPal. All right, guys, that's it for this week. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I couldn't do it without you. Please know I love you all. Stay safe. Most of all, don't live in the fear of the unknown. Go out there and create it yourself. Okay? Alex F., she is amazing. Thank you, Alex F. Talk to you all soon, guys. Love you all. Bye.